Result? What were we talking about? Nazis. I'd be a Nazi.
I think we'd moved on a little bit from that.
No, I want to talk about being a Nazi. I've been practicing. Jesus Christ, that could be a hard cut.
Yeah. That's the clip. Yeah, did you know the intro to Eastenders is an actual song?
I didn't. What is the actual song?
Is
Is that the intro to their song?
No, that's the full song. The full song just goes like that.
Well, how's that an actual song then?
It's got words to go with it.
What?
Have you never heard this, no?
No.
Honestly. It goes, friendship is a golden thread weaving through our lives, which binds us together through each day that lies ahead. Cherish your friends and keep them forevermore. Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
It sounds bullshit, but I don't believe you could have made that up that quick. So I'm going to believe you on this time.
Imagine that's the limit of my freestyle ability.
Yeah.
So, like, can you freestyle? Friendship is a golden thread weaving through our lives.
So why is the actual Eastenders song not got that?
I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get the licensing
Why
for
did
it.
they just go for the instrumental?
Maybe the bars were too hard.
Plus, is the dun 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 dun?
I don't know
dun,
if that's in it.
Is that just like a?
It'd make it better. I don't think the original has that in it. I think it just starts off with the friendship as a golden thread.
I wonder how many times Eastenders has ended with like something not dramatic.
And still did the duh, 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 duh,
Yeah, because
duh,
obviously it has to do that. It has to do that, but it doesn't have to. Like, I have watched episodes of EastEnders where it's ended like nicely, and then it's went do it, and you're like, Jesus Christ! It was so nice a second ago. Like someone just hugging, and then they're like, do it.
That'd be great.
But that has happened. I have seen that happen. So I was saying, I wonder how many times. I wonder if it's like a montage of like all the nice endings. It was like do it.
What kind of nice endings would be absolutely ruined by that?
Someone kissing, I think.
Yeah.
A kiss would be a...
Oh, but if it was an affair, it would make
generic
sense.
ending on the East End. Oh, yeah, an affair. They love an affair, don't they?
Yeah, they do. More shit has happened to that square than the whole of the UK combined.
There's like so much murder and affairs and scams.
Why are people moving there still?
London, isn't it?
Makes the prices go down.
House prices are probably pretty cheap around there, yeah.
Yeah. Location.
The amount of crime.
Watch out for Dirty Den. Is that
Does everyone there live in that square? I've just realised.
Yeah, I think so. I think they all live on the square.
Shut up.
That's why they all know each other. Because they all live on the same square. It's quite a nice little spot, isn't it? Because it's like a
fucking nice little square.
It's a square,
yeah.
and then it has a park in the middle.
Pub right on the corner.
Yeah, and they're all kind of just
Market
facing in.
Street.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I want to live there. Got everything on your doorstep.
It must be based on an actual place in London. Maybe not, but
I assume they film in an actual place in London.
I think it's all a studio. The whole thing is. I think you can go there and just walk around. The full square is the studio.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Like Coronation Street is.
I know that, yeah. It's in Leeds, isn't it? Or was it Emmerdale?
Emmerdale's in... Because they got ITV.
One of them films here, I can't remember.
The ITV thing's up the road, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down the road. That way. It's actually that way, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Rasheen told me that one of the guys from, I think, Emmerdale came at Doc Martens once.
Yeah.
Summit Dingle.
They are about.
Dingle?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Ken?
I think it's a whole family of them, Dingles.
Dingle Dangle? I don't know.
They're called Dingles, and they're the village idiots, aren't they? They're like the stupid family.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
Dingles. What should we call the stupid family? Dingles.
Dingles. It just sounds stupid already.
Yeah,
right?
you already made it sound stupid. You wouldn't call them like the Vladimirs.
I'm trying to think of a finishing scene that would have it. Did they end? They had like a bit where when the Queen died, they had a scene about it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Like recent?
Yeah, it is shit. It's
Oh.
one of the worst things to be put on television ever.
Just someone really bad acting cry.
Oh, horrific acting. And they're saying how amazing she was and shit, and they're just like, oh my god, we'll put her next to the Queen Vic in her rightful place. Oh, she was so inspirational. Oh, yeah, she really was. It was so shit and corny. So yeah, I think that ends with that, like the Queen's face. Oh, Her Majesty, let her rest. Bum, 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 bum. So that's a pretty awkward one.
They could have made that quite dramatic.
Yeah.
Someone could have walked in and been like, her son was a pedo!
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that would work.
And it would have been true.
Or, I killed her. Dun, dun, dun,
that would have been great. I killed the queen. Who's died in EastEnders?
Like Sid Vicious walks in.
What?
Is Sid Vicious the guy that was in a punk band?
In Sex Pistols, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's he got to do with EastEnders? That's why I was like, what?
Because they've got a song about the Queen.
Oh, yeah, so he would be a prime suspect for murdering the Queen, I see.
Mm.
Although I think he's quite a bit of a royalist. Now.
What is the song? Is it like the Queen is dead or something?
God Save the Queen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it means the opposite, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. It's called God Save the Queen, but it's all about not being a royalist.
But he's a royalist now.
He's a Tory, I know that.
Oh, that's not a great start.
He's a massive Tory.
That happens when people get money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's the face of butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Yeah. He's definitely not
he's
definitely not a punk anymore. He likes to pretend he is, but
you can't be. If you're selling butter,
yeah.
That is like you're straight away part of capitalism because your face is going to sell more butter.
Yeah.
So how many times can we say butter without a T being put in there? Butter.
Butter?
Yeah.
How do you say butter? I say
like that. I say butter.
Butter. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever say butter.
Oh, just what I had the other day. Butter sandwich.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. The key to a butter sandwich is you need the shittiest white bread.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be like bleach white. Really soft. Just,
How did you do it? Did you do it 2 slices and then cut?
No.
Or the fold?
The fold.
Mm.
I don't know why,
better.
but it's better.
It is better.
Yeah.
It's so much
It's
better.
the same, but it's better.
No T's in that either. It is. Yeah, I don't know why that is. All sandwiches are better like that, aren't they?
No. Completely disagree.
Go on.
Butter sandwich is the only one where I would do that, where I just fold it.
But if you cut 2 pieces of cheese and then just over the top, that would work.
No, because if you do it that way, you don't get as much cheese in.
Yeah,
Because
that's
when
true.
you
don't get
fold,
the third piece.
the cheese like pushes out a bit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So whereas when you have the slice and you cut, you always cut through a bit of cheese, don't you?
Mm.
Whereas so you couldn't get the extra bit of cheese in unless you cut a slice in half.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. That's the one where it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Chip butties though, got to be a fold on a chip
I'm
butty.
so fucking hungry right now.
Do you know how many episodes start off with us going, man, I'm hungry? We shouldn't talk about food. Do you know the lyrics to any other?
Should we get some food?
We could do. No, I ate too
Do I
much
know the
yesterday.
lyrics to any other what?
Any other soap opera intros? I don't know if there are any.
No.
I'm pretty confident there
How
are.
does the Coronation? I don't know how the Coronation Street one goes.
Friendship is a golden.
Like that's all I can hear now.
I don't even know the rhythm of the.
It's slower and it's like a really like fluty like. But I can't remember the tune at all. I might be completely wrong, by the way. Emmerdale, I have no idea. Neighbours, what's Neighbours? Neighbours is an easy one, isn't it? Like because it's proper cheesy.
I can't remember any.
That
of
one
all
has
I've got is
words.
I've just got the EastEnders one.
Neighbours
Pick your nose and taste the flavours. That's what we used to sing. when we
with
were
a
kids.
little understanding.
Yeah.
I think I'm right there.
I think you're getting there. What is the second line? Because I could only think of pick your nose and taste the flavours.
Neighbours.
Weaving through our lives.
Golden thread. I don't know.
No idea.
No. I just remember that, like, neighbour. I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get that second line, but I'm pretty sure that third line was good. But
Yeah.
I can't remember what the second line is.
Yeah, I think there is something in between that and then
It rhymes and has the cadence of pick your nose and taste the flavours.
cadence.
Is that the right one? Cadence?
Cadence.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I learn stuff and then I don't talk to people about it. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Lovely cadence. I don't even know if I'm using it correctly at this point. I hear people use words and then I try to use them similarly, but I don't know what it means.
What's your favourite cadence?
Oh, you know, the good one. The what? You know, the famous one that everyone.
Same.
Yeah.
Moving on. But no, my soap opera intro knowledge is little to none.
Did you used to watch soap operas?
I did have a phase of watching EastEnders.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, genuinely. When I was maybe, I was quite old as well. I was like 12 to 14.
I think I was 15. Well, everything I say is 15 in it. So
Yep, you always say 15.
yeah. I was born 15, and then I was like 15, 16. I was watching it whenever it was on, every day.
I could quite easily find out when I was watching it because I remember the events that happened. I remember Dirty Den came back into the square, and then he killed someone and then disappeared again. I remember watching the episode where Kat shouts at Zoe, and I think that's where she says like, "I'm your mother," or something like that. That whole twist got revealed. I remember that. That's about it. I can't remember much else.
I can't remember much of it at all. I remember the sisters had just come in. I think that's just that little cabinet door opening.
Little cupboard. The sisters?
Yeah, I think they were sisters.
Who?
I don't know. They're blonde ladies.
Blonde lady?
They're still in it. One of them's still in it, at least, because she was in the Queen bit. I really want you to see the Queen scenes, just so you can see how shit it is. Should we just put it on quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it out, because it is horrific. Dun, 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 dun.
That was truly, truly awful.
It's one of the worst things that's ever been put on TV, isn't it?
It's really bad.
Like, it's terrible.
It almost feels like they put the camera there and went, so the Queen's died, obviously. Just say some stuff.
Yeah.
The three of you, just have a go. And they just went, she served a long time. I'm confused about that woman who said that she became queen when she was 3.
Yeah. What year was she queen?
I'm guessing 60s.
When was the Queen made queen?
When was Queen made?
1952.
So she was 3. That would make her 70.
Yeah, 69.
What? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Good, yeah.
Yes, or 70. Because if it's 52.
That woman was not fucking 70.
No way.
Bullshit.
There's not enough moisturiser in the world
No.
to mean that she's 70. It's insane.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Well, she was kind of like all our nan.
So bad.
Yeah, my nan lives in a palace in London and has servants.
Yep.
Yeah. And that would mean I had a brother that was a paedophile. But
I'm going to show Rasheen that when I get home.
it's so bad, isn't it?
It really is bad.
It's just gross.
It's worse than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to be that long. I was expecting like a minute of just like, I don't know. What you'd expect. Just, rest in peace, the Queen. She served. That's nice.
Yeah.
When they all started reminiscing, like, remember Charles and Camilla?
Yeah.
King!
Yeah, sorry, King Charles the Third.
Like you'd fucking know that.
I don't know that.
I don't have a fucking clue about that.
I won't know that in about half hour.
You could have said the 5th. You could have literally just said then the 5th, and I would have went, yep.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't even know if he's the 3rd. I don't know if you'll remember that wrong. Is he the 3rd?
I think they said 3rd.
Let's not look at it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I don't really care whatsoever.
He murdered his wife. Who cares? His children fucking hate him. I hate him as well.
Yeah. Fucking sausage fingered cunt.
Do I hate him? No, I don't think I hate him. I just don't fucking care.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I just don't really give a shit.
I don't hate the Queen. Just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather she didn't pay someone off when her fucking son was a pedo.
Not ideal.
No.
But if you were the mum of a paedophile, would you pay to save them, the public?
I've had this discussion with people where they've been like, she's a fucking pedo, like, defender and all this. And I'm like, she is, but like, if you... it's that whole family thing, isn't it? This is getting dark.
Yeah, well, if you were in the same position, would you not do the same thing?
For your kid, yeah.
And it's the same as, like, politicians keeping all their money offshore. It's like, well, if you could get away with it, you'd probably be doing the same.
But I think some people listening would probably be like, morally, no, I wouldn't. I would make sure my child was punished.
Yeah, those people are lying to themselves, though.
It is one of those things that when you're in the circumstance, it is difficult to say which way you would go in it.
Yeah. And I think until you're in that circumstance and have those opportunities afforded to you, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, you can't say for certain which way you would go.
It's like the people that say, "Oh, I'd definitely not be a Nazi if I was around that time." It's like, yeah, you probably would have been. Like if you were in Germany and that's what was on your TV all the time and all your mates were doing it, like you can't just say, "No, I wouldn't be." I think it's a lot more vague than that.
Yeah.
I think everything's a lot more grey than it is black and white. I think people would love to be black and white all the time, but it's just not that way.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I'd have definitely been a Nazi.
But a good one.
No. Probably a really bad one.
But yeah, I think people just saying that they wouldn't be is beyond bullshit. I don't think you can...
Especially if we are... This is getting really dark. But especially if we're talking about, like, literally the Nazi party, as in... Like, if you refuse service, like, there was punishments and shit.
Yeah. Like,
so it then becomes a thing of, like, are you gonna... Obviously, SS is a whole different kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, enthusiastic. I hate them all! But, like, just to be a fucking German soldier or, you know, lower in the Nazi party, it's almost like you're just defending your own life at that point.
Yeah.
Like, that is what was happening. You obviously were a little bit brainwashed, but...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, are you going to die for what you believe in and then not be there for your family and stuff?
Yeah.
It's so complicated.
Yeah.
To then be like on this moral high ground.
That is what it is, yeah. I know some people who would definitely say, and probably follow through, and say, like, I would die for my morals. I wouldn't.
No, nor would I. Not even close.
Would not die for my morals.
No.
I would bend my morals to fuck to live.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Which is probably a really bad trait.
I don't think it is. I think it's a good trait, in a way. Because if you're not so stuck to your morals, they can be changed and adjusted throughout time. So as you learn and develop and understand things around you, if your morals are able to change with that, that's better than being someone who goes, well, I'm going to stick with the same mindset I've had for 20 years.
No, that's different. That's like growing and like changing your morals for the better. But I'm saying, would you consciously change your morals for the worse? Like knowingly...
To survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Definitely.
But that's not a good thing. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely a bad trait.
Yeah.
To be like, I will consciously do the wrong thing to live.
It depends how wrong the thing is and whether I'd be capable of that wrong thing.
Yeah.
If you just want me to say some words, fine. Because I don't hold that much
the
value.
words are like, kill all something people. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'd probably just like try and say it slightly sarcastically.
So on record, you're like, it was a joke.
Yeah. I mean, if it read in a transcript, it would be exactly how they wanted it to come across. But in reality, it'd be like, yeah, I reckon you should just kill all those people.
That sounds pretty convincing.
That's my sarcastic voice.
Is it? You need to change your sarcastic voice.
It's very difficult to tell if I'm being sarcastic because I tend to just deliver stuff pretty much the same all the time.
Yeah.
But that's how sarcasm should work, I think. The American version of sarcasm is shit. My biggest case of that is like Chandler and Friends. Like when they do like the "could I be anymore?" Like that kind of... I don't think they quite get it. That it's supposed to be just delivered super dry and then people should have the intelligence to get that it's not true. I think. But you do run the risk, I suppose, of being taken too literally. We have a parcel!
Oh! Result? What were we talking about? Nazis. I'd be a Nazi.
I think we've moved on a little bit from that.
No, I want to talk about being a Nazi. I've been practicing. Jesus Christ, that could be a hard cut.
Yeah. That's the clip. Oh, man. What were we saying? People evolve in their ideas.
We're compromising your morals to survive.
Oh, compromising your morals, yeah. What you'd be willing to
compromise is a good
on.
word, because, like, that is exactly what you would be doing. You'd be consciously going, well, I need to change that in order to survive. I don't want to, but, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends what it is, yeah.
Like, say I was captured and then kidnapped. Like, I was kidnapped, put in a basement.
Yeah.
And the guy was, like, super into a viewpoint.
Yeah.
And I figured my way out of this is if I bond with him well enough. And he's like, oh, this guy's kind of the same as me.
That's not quite the same. I think every single human would do that because it's a singular person you're trying to convince.
Oh, you mean like
publicly? Yeah, I'm talking like on your Instagram, like, I don't know, doing so. It's such a crazy circumstance in order to like the Nazi Party is the most kind of relatable thing where like an entire kind of organization sweeps in, takes over, and then it is then like fight or flight like kind of thing. So
yeah, that's true.
That's a good example. That's a good example. Obviously, it would never happen nowadays, but like that's a good example of how that crazy kind of thing could happen. But like with the serial killer thing, you're just putting on a mask. Then that's different.
Yeah,
you put on a mask for one person, which I think every single person would do.
I think pretty much every kidnap case that there's like a survivor to have done that.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, we're best friends. Yeah, we could totally do whatever you want. Yeah, yeah. And then the minute they fall asleep and the lock's undone, they're like, see ya, I'm out. Like immediately. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that is commonly happening. Yeah, the public one makes it well worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's crazy to think of like a modern example because it's modern times are so fucking liberal and different that it's kind of hard to imagine being that way. But you say that, but then there's people on Instagram all the time that are like spouting crazy shit.
So, flat earthers.
Yeah.
And such.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of true.
I think I just got the shape wrong. I think if they'd said we're on like, you know, if you cut the top off of an egg and went we're on that shape, then they could get away with the horizon line thing. If they said we were on like a half circle, what would that be called? Hemisphere? Maybe.
What?
It'd be is it a hemisphere when you got half a sphere?
Is that why the hemisphere is called the hemisphere?
We refer to a north or south, southern hemisphere because it's the half a circle, 3D circle.
I'm learning.
Don't learn from me. That's
you
not
teach
how
me so
go.
much, Kier. I'm going to tell all these things to everyone.
You said the other day that your biggest fear was that I would keep spouting shit and then occasionally just drop in stuff that's definitely not true. Mm-hmm. And then when you say it at parties or something or in front of me, I just go, that's not true.
That's off the back of the Philippines thing. Yeah, I was scared that you would at some point we'd have guests or something and I would say like, oh, Kier's been in the Philippines. And you'd be like, no, I haven't. And it'd be like 6 months later and I'm like, fuck. Prick!
I would hold on to it for that long as well.
That's what would annoy me, the length of time, because the more it stews, the more I'm just like, oh, that's just normal. Yeah, Kier did go to the Philippines. So it's like
a false memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. False memories are crazy shit. You can just put a memory in someone's head. You just keep saying it enough. You tell someone that stuff happened over and over and over again. They start to build a false memory of it.
Oh.
That's why memories are pretty much not worth anything.
What?
Because people don't remember things how they actually were. Every time you remember it slightly different, and you remember it based off the last time you remembered it, not the original event. So you have the original event, you tell the story. Next time you tell the story, you're telling that story again. And that it keeps doing that.
We talk about something else that's bumming me out. But it's a bit...
Back to the Nazis, yeah?
It's a bit depressing, that.
Maybe.
I'm starting to question like my entire memories. Everything.
They'll all have the right gist.
What if they don't?
Well, you fucked.
that's your diagnosis. You're fucked.
That puts you in my world where I just don't remember anything all the time.
What's that like?
Shit.
I have a great memory.
Yeah?
Solid. Well, I think I do. Until just now. What if everything's false? What if all my memories are fucking bullshit?
Well, the gist of them will be right. But the details won't be.
Right.
Yeah. And like you can build false memories off of seeing photographs of stuff. So you could have a photograph of you doing something, your mum would go, oh, I remember you were doing this, that. And then you can build that into a memory where you go, that picture, my mum's story, now I have a memory. And realistically, you probably wouldn't have been able to remember it.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. Obviously, I can't say that, but like I've looked at childhood photos and then been like, no recollection. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, you've told me.
Yeah.
But I don't then have like this kind of like video of like, oh, I remember what I did. It's just like, it's almost like a second-hand memory.
Yeah, that's what they become.
Someone like, have you been there? And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't remember it. But like, someone told me I did.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But yeah, there's probably loads of that happening all the time.
But now I'm like, maybe I do. Maybe like some memories I've got as a kid, and I'm like, oh, that didn't happen.
Do you have like an earliest memory?
Yep.
What do you think is your earliest memory?
Me shitting myself in the garden when I was like 4.
What?
Yeah, this is literally my earliest memory, and it's been my earliest memory for a long time.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
There you go. So the memory is I'm in the garden, it's summer, and it's around the age where you're out of nappies, obviously, but like, you're like, I remember I was toilet trained. Toilet trained? Is that the right fucking word?
Yeah.
I don't know, kids. I was toilet trained like a dog. Knew where to go. But I just remember being in the garden and then just being like, I just remember having a conscious thought of, I need a shit. And then, I can't be asked going upstairs. And then just going like, and just pushing it out. Like, I don't know why. And I have no idea why I remember that so vividly. I don't know why it's in my head, but that is my earliest memory.
That one may not be false then, because it's unlikely there's going to be a picture of it. I mean, there's chances of your mum may have said about it.
Like I don't remember the outfit. I don't remember the exact age. I just remember being really young. I remember where I was in the garden. I remember like what I was seeing, like, and I remember the thought, and then being like, and then just pushing it out, and then being like, oh no, like instant disappointment, instant like, why did I do that? Like as a kid, but
shitting yourself's great till it goes cold.
Yeah.
Right up until going cold.
I mean, no comment. I have no idea. I haven't consciously shit myself in a very... That's the last time I did shit myself. Consciously.
Consciously as well. You decided to.
That's what I'm saying. I decided, I went, toilet's up there. I'm here. Ugh, can't be arsed. Like, and I just remember pushing it out. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to like fall through my shorts or something, or...
Yeah, I mean, that could happen if you just pulled it aside.
There might be like a different memory where, like, a different part of the memory where, you know, maybe I did think, oh, if I just push it out, it might just boop on the floor and then I can, like, just keep on playing. Like, in my stupid kid brain. That might have been why I did it.
That's how hard you wanted to play as a kid.
Yeah. I can't remember why. I can't remember why I did that.
That's got some
I remember doing it, and I remember being disappointed right afterwards because I was like, that's went everywhere.
Yeah.
And now I need to clean up. Should have just went to the toilet.
I don't know what my first memory would have been.
After that, I would say school memories. I have some like
shitting yourself there as well. Or?
No, just on things.
In things.
Yeah. On other children.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, I have like random memories from like, if you give me a year, like if you said like, you know, do you remember anything in year 1? I'd be like, yeah. Year 2.
You shouldn't do.
I probably can. Because I can remember the years by the rooms I was in. Because my classroom changed every year.
Yeah, you can kind of remember environments better.
So I can remember environments, and then in that environment I can then go, oh, that's where I did that. And then I remember that. The memory. Little bits of it. Like year 1, I remember we made...
Year 1 at school, not year 1 of your life.
No, year 1 at school.
The first time I heard it, I thought you were saying,
so
year 1. I thought you just referred to your ages as like year 1.
Oh, right,
year 2.
Right.
Yeah, so when you were
6.
6, yeah.
I can't remember reception that well. I don't remember what room I was in reception. Year 1, I remember the room, and I remember we made one. The only memory I've really got that's vivid is we made these like paper cubes. Like everyone, you know, the layout where you have the cross.
Yeah, the net.
Yeah, we had to make it. We all had to make a cube, and we got to decorate each side of the cube. And I made like a new metal one.
At 6.
Yeah. My brother was 16. Remember?
6, so 93, 6, 99.
99. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been
the height
right
of
on new metal.
Paul was 10 years older, so Paul was 16. So and he was a new metal kid, hard.
Because that's when Chocolate Starfish.
Yeah.
And the hot dog flavoured water came out, wasn't it? 99ish.
Well, I remember on my cube I had Linkin Park. I drew the Hybrid Theory Man.
Yeah, with the wings.
Some Blink-182 stuff. I think I did like POD logo or something like that. Korn maybe as well were on there. Maybe Limp Bizkit. I remember the most vivid one is I remember doing Blink-182. Just the logo, you know, like box logo. And I remembered the Hybrid Man. The Hybrid Man was like I was really into Linkin Park at the time, so I spent ages on that. Getting all the wings in and shit.
Oh, it's so weird. Because I start to notice our age difference more if you think about where we were when we were younger. Because after a while, it just sort of levels out after a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, those like little moments, I suppose you notice a lot more. Because, yeah, I'd have been like 11. Well, I was 10 in 99. So, yeah, 10, 11-ish. So I remember it a little different. I don't really remember shit from when I was really young. I remember bits. Like, funnily enough, toilet-related stuff. I remember that. Because for some reason, again, I didn't want to go upstairs either. I don't know what it is about being a child not wanting to go up a set of stairs. Like, it's difficult. But yeah, I used to...
I suppose when your legs are little, though, it probably is quite hard.
Yeah,
like, having big legs makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, Rasheen gets tired going upstairs. She's
Yeah,
got
so
them
does
little
Debs.
legs.
All those, like, pull-ups to get up the next one and that.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Getting the leg all...
My kids are impressed that I can do stairs 2 at a time. They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't go upstairs not 2 at a time. Because I prefer just to get them done and out the way. Maybe it's just my approach has changed.
Yep.
I still don't like stairs, so I just tackle them faster. But yeah, I used to be playing in the living room and then just pull the sofa to the side and then just piss behind the sofa and then just push the sofa back over it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's through not wanting to go up. My toilet was downstairs. My whole bathroom was downstairs.
Were you like a naughty dog?
Yeah.
Just like, just picking a spot and be like, I'm going to piss here.
Yeah, they stopped it because they started rubbing my face in it and then hit me with a newspaper. Good. Kieran! Stop it! Stop it! Bang! Rubbing my face in it. Dogs respond well to that, I heard.
Were you barking?
Yeah. I was listening to a lot of DMX at the time.
Why did you do that, though? Why would you piss
I
behind the
honestly
sofa?
don't know.
So strange.
It definitely wasn't stairs because the toilet was downstairs.
So weird.
I remember doing that. I also remember burning stuff in the fire. You know, the old school 90s electric ones.
Oh,
lines.
yeah. Yeah, I used to do that as well. Like, just push things into it.
Yeah. And then
Till
just
they were
watch them
gone.
go. But I do it with like woolen toys. I just
Yeah.
watch them set on fire.
I did it with like the dog's face and stuff. Like.
Oh, that makes sense. My parents did it with my face.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what the aversion to stairs was. Or in my case, moving. Just moving in general.
But you'd move a sofa.
Yeah. I've just realised how heavy a 90s sofa would have been as well.
To a child, yeah.
Yeah, just...
But I suppose you would have to pull out much to get your little body behind to piss. Like.
Yeah, it didn't have to be a lot.
Also, did you go behind the sofa and piss, or did you just like press yourself against it and piss in the gap?
There was a bigger gap round the chair. I remember that. It was like a sofa and then a chair, and it was like a bay window, so you could get all the way around the back of the chair. That was a lot easier to piss behind.
Right.
No real heavy lifting involved.
So weird.
Yeah, it is strange, isn't it? I don't know how someone would interpret that.
How old are you?
When I did that?
Yeah.
Definitely less than 10. Maybe 5 or 6.
That's a pretty early memory then.
Trying to guess. I'd love to go back to my house that I first remember.
Probably been knocked down because it smells like piss.
I just wonder if that would like unlock loads of shit. Like as soon as you walked in, you'd be like, oh, and you get like loads of flashbacks to stuff.
Maybe.
Because even just the layout, I think, would work. I don't think it could be modernly decorated and stuff. I think you still get the feeling.
Maybe.
From how you navigate round the house, the way you move round it would have a feeling.
I think it depends because, like, if someone's really like knocked walls down and stuff, which is likely nowadays, added a conservatory, uplifted the garden, like if things are really different, it probably wouldn't do much for it.
I mean, just the movements, the way you would turn to go round down some stairs and stuff. I think that would all still feel very familiar.
I mean, the stairs will still be there, yeah.
Hopefully.
I mean, they
might be damaged from piss.
I mean, obviously my mum still lives in the house that I've been in my whole life, so like obviously I can't really comment on that. I've just always been there, so it's like it's not like
so you go back to it all the time as
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying, so
wouldn't do it.
It's not as if I've unlocked memories when I'm there. I just kind of come back and I'm like, there's the house.
Yeah, I think I moved out of that house when I was like 7 or 8.
Right. Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Why don't you go?
I think that would be so weird.
It'd be so weird to like knock on someone's door and it's like, hi. So I used to live here when I was like 7. And if someone knocked on my door and went, hi, I used to live here when I was 7, I'd be like, oh, they're going to tell me they got molested. That would be the first thing I would think. I'd be like, oh, please don't tell me that. Like, that would honestly be the first thing that would cross my mind. Because why else would you go?
Just so you can be like, oh, this is reminiscent. It is.
But that's what's weird. If you went to some stranger's house and went, can I just come in and reminisce?
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, I would totally be the same.
Hard. I'd be like, get away from my house. If you're just coming here to reminisce, like, get fucked.
I think it was someone's into my house.
Yeah. You're not seeing all my shit.
Yeah.
Like, I would think first thing I'd think would be someone who's trying to be like, right, he's got that many pairs of shoes, there's all his watches, there's his safe. Like, you know what I mean? That's all they're doing. They're just trying to be like, right, cool, I now know how to steal all his shit quickly.
Yeah, that's how I would see it too. That's how I'd see it now. That's because I don't have much trust in people anymore.
No.
Like, if I see someone struggling...
Why would we?
Well, yeah, because people keep fucking up the places where you would trust. Like, if I see a woman struggling with a baby and her car's broke down at the side of the motorway, there's no way I'm stopping anymore. Because that became a bait trap.
Did it?
Yeah, it became a bait thing because they knew people would stop for a woman and a baby.
When
and
was
people
this?
would pull over. I don't know, a few years ago.
Shit. What would they do?
Then they'd just steal your car or mug you or whatever or attack you.
Well, there'd be like some people waiting.
Yeah,
nearby.
in the car, yeah, or nearby in the verges and stuff. But they would use the woman and the child as bait to make people more likely to stop.
Jesus. Well, that's dark.
Yeah. So now I just run them over just in case they are scamming people.
Fuck you!
You won't scam someone out of 30 quid again.
Not today! Help!
Not even always real babies, because they could just put anything in the pushchair.
Yeah.
Or a car seat. Just have a car seat with a blanket on it. It would look enough like a baby from driving past.
Your brain would go, oop, need to pull over. That's not good.
Let's help this damsel in distress. Oh, wait a minute, I'm being raped and killed. Shit, not again. Next time, I'm going to run him over.
Yep.
Save everyone the time and the hassle. Don't worry, police. Solved your problem.
She's dead.
Like, there's no evidence to suggest she was going to scam people, but she could have.
Yeah. If you look under this blanket, you'll see it's not a real... Oh, shit.
Yeah, that is a baby, but it ain't alive anymore.
I may have killed a baby.
I left it 300 yards further up the motorway. Brutal.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a scam. But it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Yeah. Like you said, my faith in humanity is pretty much gone. Yeah. So that sounds totally legit.
Yeah.
You always hear about all these horrible things and you're just like, fuck. People are really fucked.
Yeah, they are.
This is a cheery
direction. When I moved into my current house, a lady was moving in down the street but hadn't been in yet.
Right.
And she just saw us like working on the house, knocked on the door and was like, oh, I'm buying like a few doors up. Any chance I could have a quick look around? And I was kind of like, there's fuck all in the house. I'm working on it. Yep. There's nothing in here. Things are going to be changed. There's no harm in her looking around.
Right.
So I let her in. And that was the worst thing I could have done. Because for weeks after, she would knock on the door, shout through the letterbox saying, this is my house. You guys need to get out. When you're finished decorating it, I'm moving in. And all this stuff.
What?
Oh, I was crazy.
Why?
I don't know. I think she might have some level of mental illness.
She's just like a crazy.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah.
So wait, tell me the bit again. So what did she say when she wanted to come in?
She said that she was moving in a few doors down.
Right.
And she wanted to see the layout because she wasn't allowed to go and see her one at the moment.
Okay.
And then as soon as she was like, oh, so what colours are we decorating it and stuff like that? And I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe she's just talking.
Yeah.
Like that's how she speaks. That's fine. But no, it turns out that she was full on set on taking our house from us.
Wow.
So, yeah. One of the days, she went into the back garden, shut the gate behind her, and then just started screaming, saying, I'm cursing this house. This house will be forever cursed. And all the people inside it just went off.
Right. So I have two questions.
Okay.
First one, is she still your neighbour?
Yeah, I see her occasionally, but it's all stopped.
How did it all stop?
I don't know. It just stopped happening.
What?
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Did you deal with it in any way? Confrontation? Did you
No, we spoke to...
Did you call the police or council?
Spoke to the landlord.
Right.
And then I think they may have known who it was or known what the problem was. And
yeah,
they were like,
this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
My second question was, is this the house you're currently in?
Yeah.
Fucking move. I've told you so many times to move. How was that? I would have moved so fucking quick off the back of that. How long was this happening?
A few weeks.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
And then it stopped. But we weren't like fully in. We were still moving in and we figured it would go away. Some of the stuff still happens, like the midnight screams from another lady.
Well, I know that. I know your neighbours are fucking assholes.
Oh, one of them just screams for no reason. Like, not even a part of the ones that have parties and stuff. You just hear it 2 or 3 in the morning just going, "Ah!"
What?
Yeah. You should be woke up by, oh, she's up to it again. But it's so casual now.
Do you never worry that, like, someone's getting hurt?
Nah.
No?
Nah, not anymore.
Why?
We did the first time. And then we looked at it. She shouts out of her window.
Oh, my next thing was going to be, well, what was using an abusive relationship? She's always getting beaten.
No, apparently she's just a screamer.
She just stands at a window and screams.
Yeah.
Jesus. Is this the same woman?
No.
There's another one.
Yeah.
Fuck me, move. Why haven't you moved?
Because it's hilarious as well, fun.
It's not. This sounds dangerous.
Potentially.
This sounds like in 5 years it's going to be like some crazy one broke into Kier's house and stabbed all of them to death.
And then I'll be like, oh, I guess I was cursed.
And I'll have to give a fucking testimony. Don't make me do a testimony. Like, I don't want to get taken in police and be like, yeah, you did mention the neighbours were assholes.
Yeah.
Do it for me.
Yeah. Maybe one day. It is kind of fun sometimes.
None of it. What is fun about it?
The stories.
What the fuck are you on about? How is that worth a story?
Because it's funny.
Like, I've got stories in Birmingham, living in a student area. But, like, I tell them without a smile on my face.
Yeah, see, I think this is amusing.
No, I recount these stories. I'm like,
what?
I was going to say I would murder them. That was the last episode. Cool. I recount these stories and I want to fucking kill them. Like, I still get angry about them. Still get angry about the things that were said and things that were done.
That's crazy.
And it's not like the things that you're going like, ha, this is a crazy woman that came to my house and started cursing my house. I would tell it more as like, this fucking woman cursed my house. Like, I'd still be like, ugh!
But I don't believe in curses. So she was just throwing herself onto the ground for no reason, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, but like that's crazy shit. The shit I dealt with in Birmingham is like nothing.
It just didn't feel like it was ever going to escalate to something physical. It was always just curses and saying it was her house.
Yeah, it never felt like it was going to escalate to something physical in mine.
Saying this back, it does sound a little bit like the intro to a horror film.
That's what I'm saying. You got a woman who screams out a window in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
just stands at a window and goes, ah!
Yeah, it is like that.
Like, what the fuck?
For ages as well. It's quite impressive.
Like, imagine that being filmed, right, with some... like, kind of sound over it.
That is terrifying.
That's horrible. Just a woman going, ah, out of a window while there's, like, some creepy music playing, a little bit of a jerky camera. Like, you would be like, holy fuck, that's terrifying. Is she old as well?
No.
Oh.
No. Probably 30s.
Old enough.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't watch this.
I don't think she does.
Oh, thanks for the shout out.
I'm going to do it more.
No, thank you for the shout out, because I don't like sleeping at 2 a.m. Not a fan.
She wakes you at 2 and you're like, oh, time to get up.
That's me.
This is me living in my house another day.
Maybe I should move.
You should. You absolutely should.
But sometimes it's fun.
None of it is fun.
It's never fun at the time. At the time, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. But then after, it's like... Oh,
I know why.
Weird.
It's cheap.
It is cheap.
Yeah.
There's a good reason why it's cheap.
Yeah.
People screaming, cursing.
Yep.
Parties 2 doors down all the time.
Yep. Fights.
Ooh.
People drinking outside your house.
Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I have, like, the worst thing I have is, like, every now and then some teenagers walk past my house too loudly. And I will check my CCTV and be like, what the fuck are they doing?
Do you put it on like a board of like they have when you go into a shop? You have like a board of the people that they're looking out for. These guys keep walking past with their hoodies on.
Honestly, that is like the worst I have. Genuinely.
Yeah. You do
Some loud children.
Live in a lovely area.
I do. I live in a really nice area.
You should move away.
You should move to it. It's not that expensive at all.
Everyone's moving there, aren't they, as well?
Yeah. There's a bunch of us in Pudsey. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Pudsey, yeah.
Yeah, I think same Puds. I don't think people are going to go, now I know where he lives. I think they're going to still have a hard time knocking door to door, asking if they can have a look around because they want to reminisce. God, yeah. I want to reminisce. It's Daryl. He's answered the door. Let's have a look at his security inside.
I would slam that door so hard. I want to reminisce. Cool story, man. I'm watching a film. Get fucked. Go reminisce somewhere else.
Why don't you reminisce about a time that you weren't knocking at my door? That would be good.
We did actually have a woman walk past our house. Oh, my ear just went, sorry. We did have this woman walk past our house one time who did say, like, I used to live here. And I just went, oh, cool. We want to do all weird shit. Because like, there's loads of weird shit in my house. So I was like, are you the one that did that? And she was like, I did it literally like that. And I forgot, like, oh yeah, I'm talking to a normal human. Sorry, I meant like, were you the one that did all the weird renovations? Mm-hmm. And she was like, no,
didn't
no,
take away the word weird. Still kept it.
It is fucking weird. No, because then she went, no, what are you on about? And I was like, well, did you know the entire upper floor has lowered ceilings? And she was like, oh, no. I was like, did you have beams in the ceilings, like exposed beams? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, they're not original. The whole thing got lowered in the 70s or 80s.
She didn't know that.
Nope. That's why I asked her, because I was like, were you the one that did that? And she was like, nope.
Why would you lower ceilings?
It's getting really boring.
Save on paint?
Because I'm getting my loft converted. In order to convert the loft to have enough head height to be legal, you do have to lower the floors in the loft. And in order to do that, you would have had to lower the original ceilings. Someone had already put a false ceiling up on the whole top floor, and there's a void.
So you reckon they were planning for that?
Planning, yeah. So they've done the easy bit, because lowering the ceiling it's the messy bit, but you don't need any woodwork or anything. Whereas to lower the floor of the loft, you need to move all the joists. This is so boring. And that's exactly what I'm having done. I'm having my joists lowered to meet where the ceiling is.
Right.
So right now, there's like this 2-foot void. Not 2 foot. Foot and a half. Foot and a half void of just like, and the reason I know it's like, it's not 70s, it's maybe 80s or 90s, is because you can still see the wallpaper. And it's well like floral and like 90s looking and shit.
You ever feel that there's bodies in that?
Well, no, because they'd fall through my fucking ceiling. It's just plasterboard, so it would literally, if there was a body in there, it would just go pretty quick. Like, you can't put any weight on it.
I love that you just approached her. Did you do all the weird renovations?
Honestly, that's the first. Like, I was in my garden, and she just walked past, and she went like, "You all right?" And I was like, "You all right?" And she went, "I used to live here," and I was like, "Oh." First thing I said was, "Did you do all the weird shit?" Because that's not the only thing. There's like a bunch of weird shit above our stairs. Again, it's another thing we're assuming is for the loft conversion. Above our stairs, they built a wardrobe on the side of instead of having like just a clear upper stair, like upper above your head. When you walk up the stairs, it should be clear according to the original plans. But someone's put a wardrobe for our bedroom above the staircase with a slope. But the wardrobe's a box, and then again, there's a void where the slope follows the stairs, because that's where you put the staircase to the loft conversion. Which is exactly what's going to happen.
So it sounds like they were working towards it.
Yes.
In bits.
Yes. Doing bits and bobs with plasterboard and
that's all the stuff you could do yourself, isn't it? So everything so far...
no!
What, you couldn't put a full ceiling up?
Shut the fuck up! No.
Easy.
No, you couldn't.
Easily.
Maybe that's why there's false beams. The false beams would make it easier. This is so boring.
I don't think so. I think it's very fascinating and interesting. I think our listeners are really going to appreciate.
But yeah, there was other weird shit. I can't remember the other weird shit. I fixed a lot of it and removed a lot of it. But yeah, there was loads of weird little things. The guy who used to live there was called Stephen. So we used to always just be like, oh, Stephen's at it again. Like, that's what we always do. Just like, fucking hell, here's another Stephen thing. Like, that was another thing. Whoever did this, they fucking wired they put just a raw wire along the whole lower half of my kitchen, and then I was getting a radiator installed, and they were drilling a hole, like just a normal one, and then just went straight into this raw wire because I had no covering or anything. It was just literally a wire plastered into a wall.
That's mad. Yeah, you shouldn't do stuff like that.
And my plumber was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is not good.
I wasn't expecting that, and his hair's like all spiked out everywhere.
It was a she, actually.
Was it?
Yep.
Well, that tells me.
Yep.
Unless you're lying. which definitely could be.
Ruth, my plumber. I can get my contact up on my phone right now. Show you Ruth.
Well,
there you go.
Got caught out.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're assuming it.
Sexist. Kier's a sexist.
I am.
Yeah. That's why he lives with 4 women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
yeah. I know, it's all about equality in our house.
Yeah.
We love it. One of them said, why is it that every Christmas you get to put the star on the tree? To me, that's what they said. And I said,
really?
Yeah. And then my response was, you're obviously not remembering it very well because I have never put the star on the tree the whole time that we've put a tree up together.
Oh.
Because I haven't. I've always let them do it. Because it was always like a big thing that the man of the house puts the star up, which is probably a practical thing because I can reach it.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, because you're the one who's tall.
Yeah, the tree's 6.5 foot tall. I can easily reach it.
Yep.
But instead, I let their small, weak female frames try and do it.
Yeah, how do they get up there?
No, steps.
Bloody steps.
Yeah, but every year, I've always let one of them do it every time. I can't remember who did it last time, but yeah. I got accused of, why is it you always do it? Well, that's not true. Even though you always ask me to.
False memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have been like, that's a false memory.
Yeah.
You made that shit up.
Actually, I've put it up every year. I've implanted that in them. I'm like manipulating their memories. Yeah, do you remember? Because I'm like that really progressive guy who believes in female plumbers. And you know what I'm about. I'm about that, aren't I? But really, I've been putting that star up every time. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, let's.
Seems like a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
You're a sexist.
And you're a Nazi. Nice one.
Yeah.
Sweet. Nice one.
Bye.
Bye.